Hello, I'm Doglightning, rank 1 NEEKO, and today we are going to be zipping through and giving you a tip for every single champ. Aatrox, CC him in team fights, he will die. Very hard to lane against. Ahri, not too bad to lane against, but once she gets level 6, you have to respect her or she will one-shot you. Akali, honestly, just dodge if you don't know how to play versus this champ. She has so many dashes, you'll never land an ulti. Super hard. I don't know what to say. Alistair, harass him really early, but once he hits level 2, he can flash Q on you and knock you into the team, so watch out, and he can also knock your ultis out. Amumu, respect his Q. If his Q is up, you must stay safe. Once it's down, you can go in. He can 100 to 0 you if he catches you in one. Anivia, you have to just respect this champion. If she puts her wall ulti on you, you have no way out and you will die. Ani, when she has her stun up, do not respect her, but when her stun is down, you have windows to go in and CC her. Aphelios, when he has his red and white gun combo out, respect him. Other than that, root ulti and this guy will die. Ash early, stand behind minions so that you can't get hit by the W, but and play aggressive. Once she hits 6 though, respect her ulti or you will get killed. Aurelian's Soul, his ulti can knock your ulti out. This will be a theme through a lot of champs, but you have to not ulti until his ult is down or he will kill you. Azir, same thing. One of the hardest counters in the game, I think, for NEEKO. He will outrange poke you, and his ulti is super easy to knock your ult out. Do not ulti against an Azir ult. Wait till it's down. Bard, do not send your clone in the same direction towards him or he will double stun the clone in you, and get Rocket Belt to dodge his ulti. Blitzcrank, Rocket Belt again to dodge hooks, but more importantly, use your passive and bait a hook and ulti, and he'll pull you in for a big ulti onto the enemy team and try and Zhonya's before you die. Bran, same thing as Bard, send your W in a different direction than you, or Bran can ulti the clone and you back and forth. Bran, really easy matchup, just keep harassing and poke. The only thing I'd say is his shield will stop your root from continuing, so you can't root people behind him. Caitlyn, try not to get poked out and look for all-ins. She is very squishy and will die. Camille, her ulti, do not ulti until she ults. If you ult, she will ulti someone to dodge the stun and land once your ult is done, so wait till she ultis someone and then ulti. Cassiopeia, when you W in and root her, instantly turn around because she will ulti you and then turn back towards her and ulti Rocket Belt to hit your ulti. Cho'Gath, just stay your distance because you can't ever really poke or harass this guy because he's super tanky, and if he lands a single knockup on you, you're most likely dead. Corpy, keep your distance. He's super slippery and hard to hit, and he can 100 to 0 you. There's not much you can do, I've found. Just try to avoid being near him. Darius, CC him in team fights and he will die. Watch out for going for auto attack harass because it is a very close range to the pull-in and you will die. Diana, avoid getting hit by her Q. If you get hit by her Q and she gets 2 dashes, you're probably dead. If she dashes on you without the Q, then simply Rocket Belt, root, and walk away. Draven, look for where his axes are going to drop and stealth towards him and throw a root and ulti and he will die. Very squishy and easy to kill. Mundo, there isn't very much you can do vs this champ because he kind of is too tanky for you to damage and will run you down, so I would avoid getting near him at all possibilities because if he lands a cleaver, you will probably die. Echo, the second part of his E dash is actually a blink, and I find a lot of the times when they E at me and I try to root them, they blink over the root and hit me, so try not to use your root until he connects onto you and then walk away. But in general, there's not much you can do vs this champ other than land some CC, but usually he'll ulti out of it anyway, so rip. Elise, when she's in human form, try to keep your distance or else if she lands a cocoon, you will die. When she's in spider form, though, feel free to go in really aggressive and land your full combo. Evelyn, when she marks you, there will be an arrow that points towards her. Throw your clone towards her. It will reveal her so you can root her and try to run in the opposite direction. Ezreal, you only have a kill pressure level 1 before he has E, so look for that. Once he gets his E, you can never really kill him in lane. Look to roam once he hits level 2, I would say. Fiddlesticks, there's not much you can do to him. Even if you root him in his ulti cast, it'll still go off. But what you can do is use your W to face check bushes and get good deep vision. Vision counters this champion, so use your W to counter. Fiora, what I found I like to do versus Fiora is I like to bait the riposte. I throw a root, and if I see her start her riposte, I push R, so that when she riposts the root and stuns me, I hit the R, and then she's stunned, and I can Q and walk away with a stealth. Fizz, I usually would ban this if I'm playing mid, but my big tip is do not throw your E until his jumpy move is down. If you do, he'll just dodge it and you will die. Galio, if you have really good reaction time and predict his E, you can block it quite simply compared to some other champs, so look to do that. Gangplank, watch until he has his orange down. His orange, he uses it to get out of CC by eating an orange. Wait until that's down and then engage, and you are most likely going to score a kill. Garen, when he uses his charge with the silence, wait until he lifts his sword mid-air. When he does that, stealth, and you will avoid the silence and walk away. Gnar, there's not much to say. When he's in mini form, look for aggressive trades. When he's in tank forms, try to stay back. He can also ulti your ult out, so watch out. Greg is another champ. Do not go in with ulti until his ult is down, or he simply will ulti you out. Other than that, he's super squishy and look for aggressive trades. Graves, super tanky and hard to hit with spells. I would honestly just try to keep your range from him and wait until he uses his E and then go in on him. Hecarim, try to do W jukes a lot on him. They usually like to run an ulti at you, and if you juke the opposite way with your W and send your clone, they'll ulti the clone a lot of the times. Heimerdinger, try not to go too aggressive with ultis or else you will die to his turret setup, but you can use his turrets to get empowered roots on him, so that's good. Alawi, same thing as Heimerdinger. Do not aggressively ulti too hard or else he will just ulti and everyone on your team who's following up on your ult will just die. Irelia in lane seems almost impossible. If she lands a single Q on a stun on you, you will die. But try to save your W to dodge her stun and in team fights CC her. Ivern, no matter what lane you're playing, will usually gank like around the 2-minute and 15-minute mark because he has a quick clear. So get early vision down to make sure you don't get cheese ganked by this guy. Janna, her ulti can knock you out, so don't ulti until her ult's down or until you have Zhonya's. And if you ulti and then early flash Zhonya's before she can knock you out, then that's good. If you don't have flash up, be careful of J4. You cannot cancel his EQ combo, and if he lands an EQ ulti, you are most likely dead, so respect him. Jax, once you have Rocket Belt, what you want to do is when he starts to use his charge thingy, you want to wait, and if he jumps on you early, you Rocket Belt root, and if he's waiting to the last second, you stealth, and then he can't jump on you. Jay, stay behind minions. The Q poke will literally just send you to base instantly if you don't respect it, so do that when he goes melee form. All in combo him. He does have a knockback, so watch out for that. Jhin, you can use your W to eat up his shrooms, but more importantly, when he's ultiing, you can block one of his shots. I usually wait for the fourth. The fourth shot is a crit and does the most damage, so let him shoot the first three, and then on the fourth, shoot your clone out and block the fourth shot would be my tip for Jhin. Jinx, super squishy. If you land a root ulti, she's most likely dead, but watch out because if she has flash and she flashes it and puts a trap behind you, you could be in a dangerous scenario. Kaiser, super easy actually, low range. If you land your combo on her, she dies, but watch out because a lot of the times when I come in to gank her from behind, so say she's up front and you come from behind to gank her, she will, and you start to ulti, she'll simply auto you and then ulti the other side of you and she will escape your ulti and get away. Callista is super mobile, almost impossible to hit. Try to keep your distance. I sometimes like to run Glacial versus her, not to build Glacial items, but just to auto attack slow her so that I can try and land a root on her. Karma, honestly, devastation early game. I would try to avoid trading with her as much as possible because she has poke and shield, but in team fights, she is super squishy. Just land your combo, she dies. Karthus, I would rush a Zhonya's at some point in the game to Zhonya's ulti, but in most part, if you just land a root ulti on him and then try to get out after, he will die. Kassadin, if you're playing mid lane, I usually go AD versus Kassadin. Once he hits level 6, if you go AP, you'll never win again. When you go AD, you can win until like level 11, which is a lot longer, but you need to end the game early. Katarina, honestly, almost impossible. Even if you try to root ulti, she will just get out of the root in time and jump out. Also, if she gets Zhonya's, you'll be screwed, but also just rush Zhonya's. So basically, when she ultis, you just want to ulti Zhonya's and hit her. That's the only way you can play versus her, I feel. Kayle, not too bad, honestly. If you land a root ulti, you'll force out her ulti, and then hopefully your team can kill her after. Not much to say about that. Kayn, really hard to time your ulti, but once you get good at it, he can obviously come out early, but learn the timing to ulti his ulti so that you can get him when he comes out, and you'll start getting free low on Kayn's. Kennen, honestly, his ulti is devastating. I would try to just stay away from that champion and root him as he comes in. Once his ulti's down, then look to engage. Kha'Zix, when he jumps, I like to bait a lot of Kha'Zix. What I do is when I'm low health, I'll bait him to jump on me, and I'll stealth. The second he's mid-air jump, you stealth so he can't hit his stun, and then turn around and root him, and your team can kill him. Kindred, whether it's on your team or any team, save your ulti until after ult. If you ulti early, she will just ulti and then your ult will be wasted. But if you wait till she ultis and ulti her ult, when she comes out of ult, everyone will be stunned and then your team will win that fight for sure. Kled, you can use your W to block a Kled ulti. So when you see his line coming down, throw your W at it and you will eat his ult. It's hilarious. Kog'Maw, there's not much to say. You get poked out, you will lose, but you can hit him with your E and you will one-shot him. LeBlanc, try to get vision around you. She will one-shot you if she hits you, but one thing I'd like to say is when she jumps forwards towards you, I like to stealth and sidestep, and usually you can avoid the chain. When she starts to learn the way you dodge, mix up the dodge, but because of yourself and the ability to sidestep, it can make it hard for her to hit chains. Lee Sin, you can, I find I block quite a lot of his Qs predictively when you know he's going to be queuing a teammate and you can block it. But yeah, in general, you can just root ulti him, and when you ulti him, stay out of melee range or he will kick you out. You want to ulti just out of range of his kick so he can't kick you out. Leona, rocket belt to dodge her ulti, and when she E's in on you, stealth the Q stun and walk away because the E is just a root. Lilia is super hard actually. I found it's pretty easy to block her snowball thingies with your clone because it's so telegraphed, but she will make it very hard to hit her, and if you try to ulti her, she'll usually run out, so I would avoid blowing my ulti on her as much as possible. Lisandra, when you throw a root and try to ulti, she will just E out and dodge the ulti. So try to just EQ her and let her use her ulti unless you have like a rank 5 root, at which point you can root ulti her. Lucian, try not to, if you're playing him in lane, try not to throw your root against him. What I like to do is just Q and W auto poke him. Just Q auto, never root. When he uses his dash, then root. If you use your root before he dashes, he will dash, dodge it into you, and then he'll full combo you. Lulu's super frustrating champ actually. She can block your poke and trade efficiently, and her ulti kind of counters what you want to be doing. So there's not much to say. She's kind of just really strong. Lux, she will 100 to 0 you if she catches you in a bind, so you must stay behind minions and respect that. But if you do manage to find a combo on her, you can one-shot her also. Malphite, keep your distance. If he hits you with a Malphite ult, you just die. A cool thing is you can get Banshees and use your passive so he doesn't know you have Banshees out and bait him to ulti you, at which point your Banshees will block it. Malzahar, get Rocket Belt and use your Rocket Belt to break his shield. So what you do is you ulti, and then when you flash Rocket Belt, the Rocket Belt will break his shield so that you can land the ulti. Maokai, you can use your W to eat his ulti root for your team, and you can also use your W to face check bushes that he has shrooms in, so that's very useful. Master Yi is free low for NEEKO. Never ulti until he Qs. Against any team with Master Yi, all I do is I just wait. The second Master Yi Qs an ally, I just ulti, so when he comes out of the Q, he gets stunned and killed. Misfortune, keep your distance. If she ultis you, you will die, but if you find a root ulti on her, she will die. Mordekaiser, if you time your W properly at the right time, you can avoid his ulti, and that's really cool. If you get pulled in the ulti, just kite him, get Zhonya's, and try to just live long enough for your teammates to come. Morgana, max Q first. That early game, you can break her black shields, and you can find all-ins on her. Once the game gets later, there's not much you can do this champ, because she's just kind of counters your champ. Nami, trade aggressively. If you find an E ulti, you can just kill her, but she also has lots of potential to kill you, so I don't know what to say. Just be careful against her. Nasus, just peel. There's not much you can do to kill him, but you have tons of CC. Just peel him, and hopefully your team has enough damage to kill. Nautilus, when his hook hits you, stealth, and then when he pulls you in, he can't auto attack you because you're invisible, and then try to walk away and root him, and you'll usually win the trade. I don't know NEEKO versus NEEKO because I don't play those game modes that you can do that. Nidalee, dodge the spear, and you can one-shot her if she gets in close, but if she hits the spear, you're probably dead. Nocturne, Exhaust, and Zhonya's are very good to counter his ulti. Other than that, there's not much to say. He kind of just will kill you if you get on him, and if you keep him away from you, you'll kill him. Nunu, save your W anytime you think he might be near you or you don't know where he is, because you can block his snowball really easily with it, and it makes his champ kind of useless. Olaf, not much you can do. He has anti-CC, and NEEKO's a CC bot. Get anti-heal and try to hold your ulti until his ulti ends so that you can CC him out of it, but a lot of the time if he's running at you, there's not much you can do. Orianna, keep your distance from her. She can harass you and take out a bunch of HP quickly, and ulti will just annihilate you, but if you find a flash ulti on her in a team fight, she can die. Ornn, I try to time my root when he's going to knock his ulti in the team to cancel it. Other than that, there's not really much to say about this champ. Pantheon, really early game, you will lose to him. Try to play safe and CS and farm from far away. But in team fights, you murder this champ, just root ulti and he can't do anything. Poppy, if she's coming in and about to wallbang you, go invisible and walk towards her, and then you'll kind of walk over her and she won't be able to hit you in the wall. Pyke, from max range, you can use your W reactively to block pulls, and if you're in close range, use W to dodge his E, and yeah, it's cool too, because if he's pulling you, ulti and root him, and then he'll pull you in, and then he'll be rooted to make sure that you hit the ult. Kiana, if you don't know where she is, be safe, but when she's in vision, she's very easy to kill in a root, so just root her and she dies. Quinn is very scary. A good Quinn player can 100 to 0 you. I would be very, very scared of letting the champ get in range of you, but if you land a root on her, she probably dies. Rakan is same thing kind of as Quinn. He can go in and hit you, but if you just play around that max range of his W, you can kind of bait him, and when he W's in, you W backwards and then root him, and he will die. Rammus, you can use your W to eat his kind of charging thingy, so try to do that as best as possible. Rek'Sai, don't ulti until he ults, or he will dodge your ulti with his ult. You want to wait till he ults, and then you want to ulti and time it so that you get the shield as he comes out, and then hit him with the stun. Rel seems kind of hard for NEEKO. You don't have any way to avoid her W really, because she can ulti to pull you in and hit you, and you will get 100 to 0. But yeah, just try to avoid getting near her as best as possible. Renekton, respect him being able to in lane E off a minion and get on you, but other than that, just keep him at range and keep CCing and poking him. There's not much you can do. Rengar, rush Zanya's, and basically when he jumps in on you, just stealth ulti Zanya's, and this guy will be never jump on you again after that point, and just look to stay near teammates when he ults so that you can ulti and peel him. Riven, if you just is really easy. As long as you don't let her get on you, you just CC her and she will die. So just make sure you don't get too close when she has all her dashes up. Rumble is pretty hard because of his ulti zoning you from fights, but if you do get in on him with an ulti Zanya's root ulti Zanya's, you can kill him, but I would try to keep my distance. Ryze is pretty hard in my opinion. Keep your distance from him. If you land your full combo like most of these immobile champs, as you notice, immobile champs, you land your combo, they die, but try not to get poked out by him when your teammates aren't there. Samira, never throw your root or else she will spell shield it. All you do is you just keep Q auto poking Q auto, and if she ever uses if she dashes in, then you ulti her, and if she uses her shield, then you just wait till it's over and then look for a root. Sejuani, be very nervous. If she ultis you, you will die, but for the most part, other than that, you just CC her and kite. Senna, you can cancel her auto attack by stealthing, so you can go in for like an early level 1 auto trade and then stealth her auto, and later on you just all in her and she dies. Seraphine outranges you, but she's very squishy, so try not to get poked out and look for all-ins whenever you can. Set, I've actually found NEEKO to be pretty decent again. As long as you don't let him get on you, you just CC him, and Set kind of just dies in CC, so try to just CC him. Shaco is kind of annoying. When he comes out of stealth on you, try to stealth away and root him and ulti him, maybe he'll die, but in general, use your W to break his traps, but this champ's kind of annoying. Shen, watch out, his taunt range is about the same as your auto attack range. I usually get baited into auto attacking him in lane, and then he just taunts me, so try to just EQ him and not auto him unless he's in a root. Shyvana, when she has AP and she's in dragon form, she can kill you within 2 Qs hitting you, so I would be very nervous. Banshees is not a bad idea versus her. I don't know. She's kind of OP versus NEEKO in some ways. Singe, when he puts his W on you, try to root him and then use your W to run away. But if he flings you, you will die. So keep him off you. And if he ever gets on you, you're dead. Sion, you can block his ulti with your W. But other than that, there's not much you can do. He's too tanky for you to do damage. And if you try to get in close range, he'll just charge up his Q on you. So try to just block his ultis and CC, but keep your distance. Sivir, try to just Q poke her, and if she ever spell shields, then look for a root. Skarner, you can stealth his ulti if you stealth at the right time, but in general, just try to CC him. If he ultis anyone on your team, just land a root on him and ulti so you can't pull them. Sona, trade super aggressively in lane. She will run really early, and all-ins will kill her. This champ is kind of hard to play into NEEKO. You just kind of kill her. Soraka, sort of same thing as Sona, except harder. She has sustain, so you don't want to trade too hard, but find all-ins and you'll win. Swain, stay at max range of his root and kind of bait him by walking in range, and when he throws it, stealth and sidestep and then look to go in. Do never ever go in while he has his root up. Silas, keep your distance. A cool thing is if you have your passive up and he ultis, he will show that he has the ulti of whatever champ you look like, but then when he ultis, he won't have it. So I've done this sometimes where he thinks I'm a Zed and he steals it, and then he flashes in and tries to ulti someone, and then all of a sudden he has a NEEKO ult and it gets wasted, so that's kind of cool. Syndra, walk out. She has a knockback to knock your ulti away. I would watch out for this champ in general when her stun's up. If her stun's down is when you want to go in. Tom Kench, keep your distance. If he tongue lashes you, you're probably dead. And his W staves teammates from your ulti, so don't get baited by that. Talia is very hard, actually. Keep your distance from her. You're both low range, except she can all-in you with one combo. So I would just kind of keep my distance. She can also knock your ulti out. Talon, always have map awareness. You kind of win 1v1, because if he tries to dash in on you, you just full combo him. But if he gets on you in an assassin kind of way in the jungle, you're probably dead. Taric, either use your ulti before his ulti and one-shot someone, or wait to ulti as his ulti's ending. The worst thing you can do is ulti as his ulti's coming online, because it'll be wasted. Teemo, use your W to break shrooms, and if you find him in a combo, he will die. Thresh, you can't react block his hooks with W, but because it has such a long wind-up time, it's easier to predict block his hooks, so that's good. Try not to E. I get baited a lot of time where I E ulti the ADC, and then he throws a lantern, and the ADC gets pulled out, so try not to E ulti the ADC until his lantern is down. Tristana, take exhaust if you're support versus this champion. It'll counter her all in early. But other than that, watch out. If you E ulti her, she can buff her W and jump out. So just make sure that you land the E and make sure she hasn't W'd before you ulti. Also, her ult can knock you out. So kind of a hard matchup for NEEKO, not going to lie. Trundle, just CC him. He can knock you in with his pillar and you will be stuck. But in general, you just keep your distance and CC him. You can't really kill tanks has been the theme of this whole thing. So just keep your distance and CC. Tryndamere, not too bad. Basically, if he comes in on your team, you just root ulti him. If he dashes onto you, stealth and try to walk away. And usually you can outlast him and his ulti and then kill him. Twisted Fate, don't get caught out in the open by yourself or you will die. Just stay next to teammates and this champ can't do much to you. Twitch, same thing as TF actually. In lane, you just demolish this guy with all in, but then later he just will all in you and murder you. So stay near your teammates, don't get caught alone. Udyr, even if you can't really CC this guy off, he will run you down if you get caught in the open against him. So try to keep your distance. You can stealth his auto attack stun, but try not to get near this champ. Urgot, you can pretty decently predict his ulti and block it with your clone. When you see someone on your teammate in ulti range, just W in front and block his ulti, and it's pretty good. Varus in lane will poke you out. Like, all game he'll poke you out. But you can all in him if you find an ulti. But in general, try not to get poked out. Vayne, she can dodge your roots with her tumble and ulti your ult out. I would consider actually a hard matchup for NEEKO, even though she's low range, so watch out. Veigar also is a hard matchup because his wall will make it hard for you to do much. So try to avoid going in when his wall is up. Vel'Koz, I usually tell my chat, dodge if the champ is in your game. NEEKO's hardest counter, if you get hit by a single Q ulti, he will kill you. I find it almost impossible to do anything in the mid game versus this champ, so definitely dodge. Vi, when she ultis someone, just ulti on top of that ally and Vi will get killed. Victor, keep your distance. This champ's kind of hard. He just like burns you out really hard, but if you do manage to find all in on him, you probably will kill him, but his ulti will usually kill you too, so watch out. Build anti-heal versus this guy, and do not ulti until his pool is down or he will dodge it. Volibear, like all the other tanks, just CC him and keep your distance. You can't really kill him, so just try to CC him. Warwick, ulti when he ultis a teammate, or when you see him jumping with his ulti animation, just ulti and you can self-cancel it off yourself or teammates. Wukong, keep your distance. Once he goes in on an ally, root and ulti, but make sure you don't walk into his ult. Just ulti at max range so you don't get hit. Xayah, do not ult until her ult is down. What I like to do is I like to go out and root Q auto combo, and if she doesn't ulti, she will die, and then once she ultis in there, then I ulti, so when she comes down, she gets hit by ult. Xerath, kind of like Vel'Koz, you might want to dodge. He just outranges you and poke you out before you can get in range to do anything. Obviously, if you can get on him, he will die, but yeah. Xin Zhao, he can knock your ult out, so another ulti combo cancel kind of a guy. Kind of hard too, because you can't hit him from outside the circle, so I'd watch out. Xin Zhao's usually tend to be a bit rough. Yasuo, actually not too bad. You can auto attack through his wind wall with empowered auto, and you can just ulti him when he's dashing onto you so that he will die. Yone, I like to wait until he E's out on someone, and then I like to wait by where his E's coming back, and then just wait, and when he's coming back, you just ulti it. Yorick, I don't really play against this champ that much, but I would say in general, his circle thingy kind of gets you killed, so avoid getting put in that. Yuumi, I like to, when I play Yuumi, to land roots, you just throw the root in between her and the ADC, and it'll usually catch her going back. If you catch her in a root, she dies. Zac will usually just camp you as NEEKO, get Rocket Bell and try to avoid it, but honestly, this champ is so freaking annoying. I hate it. Zed, time your ulti when he ultis you, ult so that he has to, basically he'll get hit by your ult or he'll have to dash back and you'll avoid the combo. Ziggs, try not to get poked out. If you find all-ins on him, you can kill him, but again, he can use his satchel to knock you away, so watch out for that. Zillion kind of counters you because his ulti stops people from dying, so watch out for that. Zoe, wait until she ultis forwards and then throw your root where she's going to come back to you and ulti and she will probably die. Zyra, avoid playing against, because if you try to go into ulti her, she'll just full combo you and you'll just trade kill for kill as a best case scenario. But in general, once you get flash rocket belt, just look for big flash rocket belt ultis on her and you will kill her. Anyways guys, that is a 23-minute video. My voice, my god. I hope this helped. This is a tip for every champ in League, and yeah, come check out the stream, like, subscribe, and love y'all. Bye bye.